Sitara. Faye, I'm so thankful, so happy to be here with you. It is our our new moon in Aquarius. This one snuck up on me a bit. This one is a week after my move to Dubai. Still getting my sea legs. Dubai has some tricky energy, or energy I am not used to. So had that going on, and then my colleagues that I'm working with here are Chinese. You can see my little red envelopes over here. So grateful to be able to have these opportunities to connect in with a completely different life, a completely different experience. It's been really profound, and still I've been getting used to time zone difference, new energy. The energy here in Dubai is completely different than what it was in Bali. And yeah, there's just a lot of energy moving through my system and moving through my body. And I don't feel that we need to go too far into that. But what I do want to share with you is that today, this moon transmission recording is a little bit different, right? I wasn't able to send out the time frame, the pre-emails, the post-emails, all of that. But what I want you to know is that we will be doing that for the future moon transmissions. I'm just still getting my sea legs here. And Spirit was very adamant with me today that I needed to come on here and share in this experience with you, because something really powerful is moving through me. And when I feel that energy, I oftentimes am feeling into the collective of the people that will be tuning into this, as well as what's coming into and through my life. What I do want to share with you about my experience in Dubai is that I can feel the prayers of the light workers. I can feel the prayers of the singers. I like to think of it as, like, people call them hippies. I don't believe that. I don't call them hippies, but people that are playing handpan, people that are having fires, that are sitting on the grass, people that are sharing their prayers into the consciousness of the collective. I can feel it here in Dubai. It's tangible for me, and part of the reason I believe I can feel that, one, is because I am deeply connected to it in my soul tribe, and my soul lineage, my soul family that's here that I met in Bali, but also in Reno and Maui, through other parts of my journey, even in LA. And I can feel that here, even though I haven't quite connected with those people. So what I want to say is that your prayers are working. Please keep praying, please keep singing, please keep doing your mantras, please keep listening to these transmissions, please just stay on track with your personal spiritual practice, whatever that is for you. Please stay connected into it, because it's so deeply needed. And I'll share with you a story that I experienced last night, and then we'll go into the transmission. I'll keep it short and sweet. I was having dinner with a group of people last night. One of the men at the table was sharing with me, almost bragging, and he didn't speak much English, so there was a bit of a translation going on. But he was sharing with all of us that he had chosen to hire a surrogate in Russia, Ideal Genealogy, to be able to birth him a child. That child would then lead on his legacy through his bloodline, through his DNA. But he also didn't have an intention of raising this child that was going to go to his family. Now, I am very much a live and let live. Through the conversation, I really asked a lot of questions to understand his perspective, to understand where and why he would be making these choices for himself, because I was genuinely curious. I tend to be more of a naturalist. I believe that sperm meeting egg doesn't need to include any form of technology by any means. And so we had a pretty rich and vibrant discussion with quite a few people. And what is really interesting is that when we get caught in our own little micro bubbles, and these micro bubbles have one specific way of thinking and one specific set of ideals and one specific set of this is the way that things should be, but things are changing anyway. It's like people can have resistance to the metaverse all they want. It doesn't matter. It's being created. People can have resistance to voter fraud all they want. It doesn't matter. It's going on. And what I've said, even with my gifts and my abilities, because I get a lot of people that want to pretend or say that they don't exist. But the thing that I know with them is that just because they don't believe it doesn't mean that I'm not capable of doing the things that I say I'm capable of doing. Because I've had enough of my own experiences to know, to deeply know. So I'm sharing this story not because I want to place fingers of judgment or anything like that. I did notice myself bumping into a little bit of it at first, and then really just needed to step back and observe the circumstance and the situation and to understand more fully why a person would be making these choices without getting emotionally involved. And that, I do think, is one of my strongest gifts of empathy, is being able to try on somebody else's lens and be able to see through their lens and understand where they're coming from, whether my own personal values align with them or not. And so it was something that really stuck with me, obviously, enough to share it here with you, and to know that the world is shifting in a lot of ways that we are not in control of. And so when I say, please continue with your prayers, please continue to anchor in light, please continue to wake up, please continue to remember the truth of who you are, please continue to focus on your own divine sovereignty in every single aspect of what that means. Hi Iggy, I'm glad you're here, my love. Like, we are in this together. So much is changing so rapidly, so fast, that to stay in connection to the moon cycle is really, it's one simple bit of importance that will keep you anchored and grounded into a cycle of the moon. And whether you believe the earth is flat, whether you believe it's round, whether you believe we're living in a hologram, whether you believe we're living in a simulation, whether you believe the sun is actually in the center of the solar system, like, at this point, I don't even really care what you believe. I've heard so many different perspectives in the last few years. What we would call conspiracies that are now proving to be true, fears, indoctrination, programming, propaganda, opinions, judgments, blame, wanting to maintain your close relationships, but if those close relationships don't see your personal values, they get rocky, and then what? Do you shift yourself into that alignment, or do you focus on what's best for you? It's like how do we navigate through the world today? Like, truly, how do we navigate through the world today? And that's what my intention of these transmissions are for all of us, is to give us a footing, to give us understanding, to give us connection, to give us an idea of being here and being deeply rooted and deeply connected in our own sovereignty in such a way that we are able to see ourselves clearly. And if we are able to see ourselves clearly beyond all the programming, which, let me tell you, it takes some time, because for us to see ourselves clearly free of all the programming means that we have to dissolve our ego identity. And in order to dissolve our ego identity, we come up against ego death after ego death after ego death after ego death after ego death. I can't even tell you how many ego deaths I've been through. And to be fully honest, I feel like I'm in the middle of one right now. In order for me to be here in Dubai and to be able to have the conversations that I know that I need to have, and to be able to feel safe in my expression for myself, in being in this environment that is completely different from where I was in the last 2 years, basically living in a bikini in a sarong, free in the jungle, free on the beach, and now Spirit has said, your next move is Dubai, come to the city, there's work for you here. There's a difference between blending in and fitting in. I've learned that through the connection of appearance, yes, there is personal self-expression, absolutely. Yes, there's showing up as your authentic self, yes, absolutely. But your authentic self doesn't always have to be just one version of you. Isn't it true that we have many different authentic versions of ourselves? That we have many different authentic facets to who we be? So as we grow and as we evolve, there's a way that these facets, we start to learn more and we start to see more and we start to learn more and we start to see more. We start to learn more and we start to see more about ourselves. And as that continues to take place, there are parts of us that will die to make room for what is new, and there are parts of us that will be birthed as new that we have no idea even existed inside of us because we haven't been in the environment for us to learn about that part of ourselves, which is why I do believe that it is very important to move around the planet. Very, very much so. Ya tana ya wa pua satariki ha ona kua pua ni I ti kia wa pu kua. There's one more note on moving around the planet. There's a practice of astrology that's called astrocartography. Astrocartography is, it's like you look up your birth chart in the same way that you would your horoscope or your sun sign, your moon sign, your guiding sign, these sorts of things. And the cartography is actually that there are ley lines around the planet that show where certain aspects of yourself will be magnified and amplified. And the closer you are to these lines, the more amplified they are, the longer you stay in that, the more these signs continue to be supportive. So I'm here in Dubai. I was just talking with a friend the other day about how I feel very supported to be in my divine feminine nature. When I was working in LA and I was doing my own business stuff there, I was like feminine, but I wasn't embodying my feminine power. I was still very afraid of men. I was still having a lot of challenges based on the trauma that I had experienced, and so I didn't feel safe in my own body to let down my masculine guard. Well, since I'm in Dubai, it's very interesting because I actually feel very safe. I feel very protected. I feel that I don't need to be guarded in the sense so I can allow the full embodiment of my own divine feminine nature to shine through in a completely different way than I have ever experienced. So this is an opportunity for me to get to know myself in this environment in a new way. Now, when I was looking at the astrocartography, my Venus line goes literally right down the middle of downtown Dubai, in the center, like the area that I am spending a lot of time. And so I'm feeling this support very, very, very strongly. It's an influence that is being magnetized, and I feel it pulling a particular essence out of me. So through that, I get to hold space in that new way with you in these videos. And so what I will say is that expect the transmissions to be a little bit different. Expect for a different energy to be coming through these transmissions. I'm in a new location. I'm embodying new parts of myself. New things are coming through, so you will feel a change. And I just wanted to reiterate that that is why. And so if you're feeling the call to move somewhere else, if you're feeling the call, like Spirit is telling you, hey, come, and sometimes you'll even actually get a phone call or you'll get an invitation, something like that, take heed, listen to this. Because I really believe that Spirit is using us as awakened embodied light workers to start weaving a web around the planet. And this has already been going on for decades. This has already been going on for a long time, if not millennia, behind the scenes, secretly, silently. But there are people here that are gridding the world in a really, really, really powerful magic. And so if we are able to be very clear with ourselves in how we embody that through our own skin, there's going to be a really, really powerful shift of awakening that's going to occur within our own bodies. So, with that being said, if you're watching the replay, you can go ahead and take a moment to pause, get yourself a glass of water, make sure you have a journal and pen handy. And what I would recommend is if you have an eye mask, let yourself lay back, do your best to be in a completely silent and focused position so that you can really allow yourself to receive the most out of this transmission. Of course, you can listen to them when you are folding your laundry or doing whatever it is that you're doing. I highly suggest that you do not listen to these while you are driving by any means, because we move powerful energies and sometimes you go in and out of your body. We want to make sure that you're present, you're anchored, you're clear. And so if you're doing something else, make sure it's something easy. But these transmissions are best received in complete silence, in complete focus, so that you can really go on this full journey with us. So I'm going to adjust my seat just a little bit here, pull you a little bit closer. All right, my loves. Let's go ahead and take a couple nice big deep breaths. And I see those of you that are on have already liked this video. Thank you very much for your support. Appreciate it. As we call in divine truth and love into the sacred space, we invoke the highest possible healing for each and every viewer, replayer, and myself. We ask for the courage and compassion to speak and to hear from the purest form of self-love and forgiveness to all involved. So go ahead and simply feel your energetic vibration shifting, acclimating to the field that we are creating together. Yana ya wa tiatana ya tunia wa sisiania wa puatiakanai. Ikiatana wa ya wa anai ya wa uapu tutukukai anai ya. Dio ya nia ya dio ya na ya dio yo nia ya nia kuapua ya tanakai kia sesiania watana tataya tanaya titiana tatana taya wapua tanai iya sasiana ya titia siasiania wa iya sasiana ya tinia wa kuapu tatakai iya tatakai iya wapu nuku tukutai yana ya wapu suania wa ya yo puaya sanai yo waya yo yanaya yo yanaya yo niaya yo ya nia wa su taraki ya nia ya wa na ya wa pua tia nia tia wa nia wa ya wa nia wa ya nia wa. There's a very clear message coming in about time. That time is about to start accelerating as we know it. You'll notice that you are more full of energy than you have previously been. And you'll notice that ideas and manifestations come through much more quickly. The encouragement here is to be very, very present with your thoughts. That it's very clear to have something come through and come into fruition very strong, very, very quickly. Something comes into your life and you're going, I don't know what this is. I didn't want this. I didn't create it. There's a part of you inside that was calling it in for you to overcome the lesson that is in front of you. some of you, there is going to be quite a big separation from what you have known to where it is that you are going. You can take a look at the shift that has happened in my life as an example, but there will be a relocating that is taking place on the planet. A different combination of a different concentration of specific light workers and light beings that are going to start creating new planetary waves by anchoring light in different frequencies at different hotspots on the planet. Mama Gaia, the planet itself, is a consciousness. This consciousness is responding as we are nurturing her and as we are taking care of her by means of being able to also clearly support us. This is why it is absolutely critically important to move out of scarcity consciousness, knowing that your divine prosperity is a part of your own birthright. Take a moment to look at or see with your clairvoyant eye, or feel in your body, or even just simply to think about how different this world is and how different this world is going to be when people that are deeply and truly aligned with their heart-centered intention to be able to help nurture those that are in need, to rebalance this planet in a way that we are nurturing and looking after one another in powerful ways. Breathing in the light of illumination from the center of your own heart. This isn't about calling in energies outside of your body. You have your own divine genome within you that is activated through your conscious awareness and presence of the source consciousness that resides at the very core of your soul. This is what is called monad. The indivisible spark of divine consciousness that is at the absolute core of your being and the being of all living things. Yanaya Wasiatanaya ya Wapuatanai. Ya Yanai Itianai Yawa Wapu Tutukaya wa. Iya Yawanai Yawai ho Naya Naya Wai Yanai. Iyawai Yanai Wai Yanai. Yatonai wa puatarai akanai. I tua tutukona tutukotakai anai akatanakai siatanakai. I puatuanai wa puatanai ya puatanai. Yanai akanai wa puanai ya tiania. Ia yanai I kuapuania kuapua akanai. Ia siatanai I kiatono kuapu nakai. Nianai wa wapua kua siatiania wa wapuania ia siania. I kuapua no kuapua haakana sasanai ia tayatake wa wapundike. Puntakai ania kuapu takia wa wapua sayatatakai ia nia kuapua katea wa. Niane kuapua katea wa na ia haakanakai. Ua satanai hi ikia wapua kuanakai. Ia nia wa wapua kanakai. Kianakai kuapua seteniki ikia ua haakanakai. Ki titikia wa wapua nakai kia kanakai ikia uanapu. Punakai I tia wapuna kia haakanai ia sia satarake. Ia wa una wapua kuapua na haakana kia wa. Nia no wapua nakai ia sia tiania wa wapua pua. Your attention is required to go within the core of your own awareness, to go within the core of your own presence on a consistent and daily basis. The quickening has come. It is time. It's time for us to remember. It is time for us to see ourselves as our true selves. There is a bigger and different power that is emerging through the consciousness of Source itself. And since each and every single one of us has that spark of divine consciousness at the center of our own core, we are being absolutely divinely protected and absolutely divinely guided. So, if it is your prayer to be placed in your absolute and greatest role of service, go ahead and rub your palms together and place your palms face up. And if it does not feel right to you to embody the prayer of being in the role of your absolute and highest service yet, that is okay. You have permission to be exactly where you be. Just know that eventually you will come up to the doorstep of knowing that you are here to be in a very great and powerful role of service. Not just for yourself and your inner circle, your family and community, but for all of humanity as well, as we are all in this together. This is a time where all hands are now on deck, and your power is deeply and profoundly desired and needed at this time. Yo anai ia kanai asia tanako puahani ia kuania kuapa kanai. Ya seatanai ikianai wa puata tikiania wa ya anai. Ya wa ya unia wa unia wa unia ya wai. Ianaya waya okuaya, Iowaya naya okuaya, Ianai Iowai, Ianaya waai, Ianaya uanai, Iananaya waanai, Ianaya uayanai, Ikiania wahaaka, Ikianaya haakanai, Ikiana haakanai wai, Ikua anayayanai. Ikuai nanawai anai, iai ai ai, iai ai ai, iai ai ai. Uatanai ikianaya uapuakanaya haaka, isiasanai ikia uapu tunukua akanai, ianai I uapuakanai. Isia sianea wa uapu ua haakanai. Isi sianai ikia uapu unua haakanai. Go ahead and take a couple more nice big deep breaths in through the nose. And exhaling, connecting your root chakra from the base of your spine all the way down to the center of the planet, allowing yourself to be centered, connected, and rooted into the center of the planet, allowing Mama Gaia to hold you, to nurture you, to be kindly holding your hand, to be present with you. And go ahead and take a couple nice big deep breaths. Allowing yourself to be centered and anchored, nurtured in the center of your own divine presence. empowering yourself in the stillness of your own thoughts, empowering yourself in the stillness of your own mind, empowering yourself to be still, allowing the messages, the visions, and the internal guidance to be activated in your own clear awareness. And breathe. And breathe. Go ahead and take a moment to practice stillness in the center of your own heart. Allowing your heart to show you allowing and inviting your heart to guide you. Through the next transition that is here for you. Breathing in deeply. Noticing what is in your life right now that is a distraction. Allow the vision of what that is to come through and come through clearly for you. Knowing that there is a walkway moving through, a pathway that is clearly aligning you to the timeline of your truest and most absolute best. A timeline that is clearly created for you. In every sense of the word. Allow this timeline, however it is that you are seeing it in your mind's eye. And if right now you feel that your clairvoyance is not quite activated or not quite open, go ahead and you can take like a gold sticky rose, almost like a Swiffer. Go ahead and just place that through your sixth chakra. So using your psychic hand, just imagine that you have this gold Swiffer rose that's able to clear out the energy from the front of your third eye as well as the back. Opening your body, mind, and spirit. into new ways and new waves of your own abundance. Activating and connecting. Clearly, powerfully, honestly, and ruthlessly. Inviting yourself to do whatever it takes to align to the timeline of possibilities that allows you to receive the most of the blessings that are here for you, the most of the rewards that are here for you, the most of the powerful experiences that are here for you to help you ascend. Make the most of this lifetime. We are not living in a dress rehearsal. This is it. You've got this one shot, this one chance, this one opportunity. Opening your heart. Opening the power of all that is within you. To be still, to be kind, to be present. To be open to the will of all that is. Knowing that before you even incarnated, before you came into this body, you also agreed to the creation of this timeline. There's a part of your absolute infinite divine nature that co-created this golden timeline, the timeline that is your absolute highest and best possibility and pathway of ascension for your soul in this body, in this lifetime. When you align your frequency, meaning when you feel good, when you feel safe, when you feel nurtured, when you feel full, you will feel the sensations of lifeblood energy rolling through your system, rolling through your body, rolling through the purification of your own mind. Allow yourself to be in a powerful state of resuscitation and creativity. All that is designed here for you in this world, on this planet, is already available to you. Not to mention, there are possibilities of opportunities and timelines that are open. That will really start to shift and move things for you. Ia ona ia awapua tiania akanai ia wapua satanai ia wa awanai ia nia wa pua kenia wa ia wa noa pua kuantiania wa wapua kakanai ia nia wa pua kakanai. A few things that are blocking your blessings. Fussiness. When we are fussy about details, we're actually blocking the flow, the fluidity, the natural rhythm and flow of things that are coming, trying to make their way to us. We are fussy about the details, or we are fussy about judgments, we are fussy about other people's behaviors, when we're fussy about any of these things that are not concerning or not elevating your core frequency and your core focus, this is blocking your blessings from coming through. It's really important to spend more time looking up at the sky. Looking up at the possibilities of how big and how vast the sky is. Ya nia wa pua nia wa asai anai ya kanai. Ya wa nia wa pua siati nia wa ya wa pua nia. Ya wa mua pua siatio nia wa akapua. Ya nia wa ya nia ya tia wa pua nikia akanakia wa hua pua siatio nuya wa moe ya. Nia wa moya ya nea ya wa na ya kai tia wa pua si. Ia wa nai ia o pua nia ia wa pua akara ya kinikia sa ia wa pua ni I ha a ka nana mai I nana mai ya nai ia wa pua nai nana mai ya wa pua nia wa hua pu sikia. Big deep breath. Open your heart. Let the rest fall away. Another big deep breath in through the nose. Allow that energy to move through your body. We're going to do a couple of rounds of tapping with the light language. If it feels right for you to just keep your arms and legs where they are, go for it. If you know the tapping rounds, we're going to go ahead and just start tapping at eyebrow point. Ya tia no uapu akanai I kiatu kuapu nakai. Side of the eye, knia kuapu asititikia wana ayakanai kia. Under the eye, onatia uapu susuna ia kiatu wana a nakayaka. Under the nose, nyania wa mua akanai I kia anakai I sisiana aka. Chin yo una uamu ukuapu ana itiataka yana aka nakai. Collarbone, nyania wa uapua akanai I kia niawa ya dai. Nyania wa uapu tunu uapu kua. Nyania wa uapu asasanai iatia anakai. Yanaka pua katataki anaya a. Itanai ya yana ekini kia akanakai itia ona naya wa anaya a anai itia anai I oa anai I ua nu upu ku ukunuku ana I tua uapu nakai ia kanai I kanai I oa anai kia tanai I kia anai ia kanai Itanai I tiawa. Ianakai Ianaya atanai Itanaya a. Itanai Itana uapo akanakia kanakai Itua unakai. Ionaya anai I kia anai. Iawa ina iawa uapu kanai. Iawa uanapu kunukua. Iawa ana kanai iawa. Ua nu ukupu nuku ua pua kanai. Io anai I tianai I kianai I ananai. Io wa ua pu nuku ua pua kanakai I anakai. Iatanai I iaka. Take a nice big deep breath. Feeling yourself settling in. What's important to know about how you are shifting in to your greatest role of service, your greatest path of alignment, the pathway that is most nurturing to your soul, the pathway that is most nurturing to your own divine grace, is that it is easy for you. It is not hard. It is easy. That's how you know you're on track. That's how you know you're on purpose. That's how you know you're in alignment. Fatigue does not happen to those who are mission-driven and mission-oriented. Fatigue happens to those of us who get caught in cycles of despair because we are not aligned with our soul mission, our soul purpose. So if you are in a lull, or you are in a rut, or you are feeling stuck, that's okay. Continue to listen to these transmissions, because it will move energy for you just from laying in your bed with your headphones in. It will shift enough energy that movement will start happening. Opportunities will start coming. It is important for you to stay on track with your willingness and desire to keep energy moving forward in your own world and in your own life and in your own heart. So we keep that energy moving, cycling through the heart space. Just let yourself feel, notice what you notice. And feel into that stillness in your body as you realize that you have released and are focusing only on the path of most allowance. This path of most allowance is a path that gives you the opportunity to see yourself very clearly while honoring your own greatest intention, while honoring your own truest presence, your own truest form. Letting your wings spread out as far and wide in the same way that you stretch in the morning. Stretch those wings all the way out. All the way, all the way, all the way out. Remembering that you came here to fly. You are in a human body, but you came here to fly through the fifth dimensional field, the fifth dimensional grid. Your wings are a part of your fifth dimensional body. The fifth dimension is, it's pure energy. It is formlessness. Simultaneously, there are shapes to the energy. There's still definition to the energy that is there. Because when we go into higher dimensions and higher possibilities, where the shapes, the textures of energy turn into complete formlessness, a space of light and sound. Remember that these are all dimensions that we are coexisting with at all times. The third dimension, we can see, taste, touch, smell. It is a dimension of matter in physical form. The third dimension in and of itself is an illusion. When you start to learn how to see through the illusion, you start to learn how energy works, and not only to learn how energy works, but you start to learn how to master the manipulation of energy. Things start shifting very quickly for you. You transcend into new heights, you transcend into new ways of being. All possibilities are open for you. All possibilities are available to you. All possibilities are magnetized to you based on how you are composing your own frequency, how you are holding your own energy body. Ya wanai ia kanai I kia wapua sia nai ia wapu uku tu na ha'a yawa. Allow yourself to be in a space that feels warm, that feels nurturing, that feels like your own womb. In this space, you know that you are guided. You know that you are loved, and you know that you are healed, nurtured in the power and presence of divine form, embodied into your own humanness. Remembering that you are a walking miracle. That you absolutely are a walking miracle. And know that we are here to love each other, and we are here to love ourselves. We are here to break down and transmute all walls we have built against love. Allowing yourself a moment to feel into the spaciousness of pure freedom. And breathe. Let's go ahead and just simply do a few chants of Omtare Tutare Tore Soha. This is a mantra of green Tara. It's So we are shifting into closing out this field. If you're feeling that you want to float for a bit more, go ahead and simply pause this video and let yourself be in the space of your own embrace for as long as you need to. You're welcome to come back. Om tare tutare tore soha. 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 Feeling the subtleties of the infinite nature of your own true divine heart. Allowing yourself to be open to the divine support of Green Tara as a key code mentor of your own divine sovereignty. She is here to support the acknowledgement of the divine power within you. Shifting into a focus that allows more room for your own sovereignty to bloom and blossom. Opening in full transparency to see yourself more clearly. Knowing that your own acceleration is here. Breathing in deep and allowing your divine purpose to come through, to flow through you. Knowing that what comes naturally to you and what comes with the least amount of effort and grace is your purpose. It is fully aligned with it. You have full permission to keep embracing your purpose as it feels right and good for you to do so. And breathe. This is your reminder to know that you are a king. This is your reminder to know that you are a queen. You have the king codes or the queen codes already embodied within you. And when I say king or queen, it isn't in the way that we see it in this world. It is the presence of your divine essence. It is the presence of your prosperity consciousness. It is the presence of your ability to lead. It is your birthright to experience all of the rewards that are here for you, all of the blessings that are here for you, to use all of them up. To receive and share, to receive and share, to receive and share, to receive and share, and to receive and share. This is such powerful energy that we are sharing here today. Bringing in the light of your own illuminated grace. The sunshine radiance that is generated by the center of your own heart. And just simply breathing. You're in exactly the right place at exactly the right time. Synchronicities that are here for you in your path are open and effortless. It is up to you to make the conscious choice to commit to the path of your role of service in this world. And when I say your role of service, it means that you are here to embody the divine presence that is opening you to the greatest gift of what it is that you can share to yourself, your inner circle, and all of humanity. You get to choose to use your free will to be on that path. I did about 10 years ago. And it continues to be the best decision I've ever made for myself. And I make that decision every single day. I say, please use my body as a paintbrush. Please use my words to guide, to serve, to open, to create, to connect, to love, to nurture, to shape. Allow me to be in the right place at the right time. And the more that I continue to follow every single intuitive ping, every single intuitive hit, every single one, not just selectively, which has taken me a while to get to, listening to every single one. Be here at this moment, be ready by this time, go here to this place, go buy this apple at this time, whatever they are. Go to this restaurant right now. Go to this place here. Every single ping, every single one. The more you exercise that muscle to connect with every single one, every single day, the stronger that muscle is going to get for you. And the stronger that gets for you, the more you trust your intuition, the more you trust your intuition, the more you trust yourself, the more you trust yourself, the easier it is to follow into the path of your own divine presence and your own divine will. This is a path that is laid out before you, by your infinite nature, before your moment of conception, before you were born. That's the gift that you've given yourself. That's the key that you've given yourself. I promise it's easy. The challenging parts are letting go of the resistance, letting go of the ego identity, really fully embracing your courage and the bravery that it takes to step forward on this path. All of these things, they all add up time after time after time after time, where things continue to open up, the opportunities get bigger, the opportunities get brighter. You're able to follow the path of most alignment and be very clear with the commitments that you're making and the commitments that you're choosing and the partner that you're choosing in business, in relationship, and otherwise. Be very clear. If you feel that you are settling, don't settle. If you feel that there's something better, give yourself an opportunity to pause. But if you feel a full body, 100% absolute, true and powerful and potent yes, then step forward and say yes. Once you make that decision, the universe is going to conspire in your favor to make everything happen. Let the universe do the heavy lifting for you. Your only job is to focus on your alignment and focus on the discernment of your choices, where your energy is being leaked and where your energy is being purified. Yanakua pu sitaneki haakapu unukua. Sisianakai. All right, so we're going to do a prayer for the healing of the collective. So it's coming through before we I keep saying that we're closing, but Spirit's like, and there's more. Okay. So I'm just opening up my own palm chakras. You can do this with me or you can receive. Whatever it feels right for you, go ahead. You can even be a conduit with one hand up and one hand down, whatever feels right for you. So asking for the prayer of pure divine alignment to all sentient beings, may they see themselves more clearly through the eyes of Source. May their hearts be illuminated and powerful in divine grace. May they remember the truth of who they are, knowing that consciousness knows no discrimination. In all walks of life, in all presence, let those who are sensitive and on the cusp be awakened to the truth of their own divinity, to the truth of who they are. May the resources be made available for them to be able to see, to feel themselves nurtured in the hands of divine presence, so that they may cleanse themselves of the toxicities of this world, cleanse themselves of the viral programming of this world, that those who are ready with eyes to see and ears to hear start tuning in to the call of their own heart and their illuminated grace, knowing that we as the light workers that are here, that are ready to hold space, as there have been way showers here creating waves before us, and we are here to create new waves for those who are waking up as well. Committing to the path of holding grace, to anchoring light, to being a leader of pure, integrated intention for the goodness of myself, for the goodness of those around me, for the goodness of humanity as a whole. Please continue to use my body as a paintbrush. Please continue to put me in the right place at the right time. Please continue to put me in the opportunity to be able to have important conversations with those with eyes to see and ears to hear, so that the influence of source energy through me can continue to awaken hearts of those that I am in connection with. That the ripple effect of my own commitment to ascending my frequency is felt by those around me in all walks of life. Please continue to bring my awareness into such powerful abundance and prosperity consciousness that I may move through this world in absolute and full trust that all supplies and resources are made available, so that I continue to accelerate my own path and reach to those with eyes to see and ears to hear effortlessly and consistently. May all doubts and all fears be washed away as I continue to lean into a greater trust within myself. Again, knowing that the ripple effect of my pure, integrated intention of embodiment is felt by those closest to me and continues rippling out, most deeply felt by those with eyes to see and ears to hear, those with a willing and ready heart to be able to embody more of their higher self in every moment. I thank you for this opportunity of incarnation. I thank myself for choosing this opportunity of incarnation. And I intend fully to embrace with a depth of gratitude every breath, every emotion, every experience, as I know this incarnation is a miraculous gift. And I intend to make the most out of every moment of every second, of every hand I hold, of every eye I make contact with, knowing that the light of illuminated grace is shining through me in every moment. Thank you for continuing to fill my cup so that I may have more to share. Thank you for honoring me in the path of true alignment. Yonaya Awapuana Ha'akai. So as we go forth, may we integrate the healing and the lessons received with courage, self-love, and compassion. Our powerful prayer in Aquarius new moon transmission today, activating the Chinese year of the tiger, is deeply felt, deeply nurtured, willfully integrated, and in this moment in time, complete. I want to thank each and every single one of you for being on this call with me, for making the time to spend with yourself, for holding yourself in powerful grace, for listening to each and every one of these transmissions. And please know that every single one is held on YouTube so that you can go back and listen to them whenever you would like. It doesn't have to be specifically to the moon that we're in, knowing that there is medicine and magic in every single one. If you have not yet enrolled in the 7 Weeks to Embody Your Higher Self course, please do so by clicking the link in the link tree below. That one is going to be one that also catapults your awareness of your divine presence and helps you to anchor so much more clearly the divine presence within you that is not outside of you, it is within you. It is a path of remembrance. So the embodying of your higher self is actually awakening to the presence that is already within you as you peel away layers to show you your true form. So with that, my loves, I will see you again very soon. Please join the mailing list if you haven't already at monadsociety.com. That's MONAD society.com. And I will look forward to seeing you again very soon. From the depths of my heart to yours, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Ella, for being here. Thank you, Iggy, for being here. I love and adore you all so much. Mwah. Ciao, ciao.